Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and today I have a tutorial for you showing you how to add book corners, metal book corners, to your journals. And I think these just add such a polished look to your journal. I got this lovely little kit of different sizes and types of book corners from Globleland, and I love these ones especially. I've used these ones quite a few times, and I already have a previous tutorial showing how I added these to this journal, I believe. So this is one of my personal journals, and that I'm using sort of like an art junk journal, and just use some fabric to cover it, and then finished it off with these lovely metal book corners. And it also, protects the cover, and especially when you have the fabric, kind of can fray in the corner, and if you miss a bit, you cut it too close to the edge, even with like paper, it just covers that too. So multi-functional, multi-purposeful. So I want to show you a different book corner and give you a look at the different types of corners you can get. You can get gold ones, silver ones, all different colors. I think I do prefer the silver ones, but this is nice as well for the vintage look, and the vintage look can pretty much go well with any journal. So I do love the bigger ones because, I do prefer bigger journals, but for smaller journals and thinner covers, that won't work. It's too thick. So here's some smaller ones. Next size down. Then we've got these gorgeous little ones here, and I think there's like 8 of each. This one's stuck on my nail, there we go. And I'll leave a link to Globleland down below. I have gotten a pack from them just of these, like a whole bunch of the bigger ones. Actually, I think that's a different one to that. But this time I thought I'd get a pack of mixed ones, because I have some smaller covers that I need smaller corners for. So there's quite a whole bunch of different types in here, and I just want to pick one that will go well with this journal, which is an art journal that I made for myself, and I could use that one. That fits. So like this big one, that's not going to, well, I guess it could work actually, but I like saving those for my bigger journals because it's quite thick. So I want to use a thinner one. This is quite a nice one too. I didn't realize there were 2 different designs here with the yeah, they're the same size. I didn't realize there were 2 different designs. That's very pretty. Very pretty. So maybe there's 4 of each kind. And you only need 4 for a journal. 2 for the front cover, 2 for the back. I like using these for little golden book journals as well. So let me just show you a little golden book. So here's one I've prepared earlier for a Cinderella journal. I haven't turned it into a cover yet, but I've got it prepared. I've even added the little eyelets to do a closure as well. So I've used these larger ones for that. And often, sometimes you can get, oh, here's a good example. So here's a Sleeping Beauty little golden book that I've deconstructed and want to turn into a cover. See how these, they're frayed, and it doesn't bother me too much if that's the way it's gonna be. That's totally fine. I like having a bit of a rustic journal, no problem. But if you don't like that, you can definitely go ahead and add book corners to your journal. And especially because this is like a fairy tale story, I feel like these ones are really pretty, that kind of design, as opposed to this one. I really love that. It kind of makes it look like the title page, how it has the flourishes and all that kind of stuff. So I actually think I might use those for this cover. And then I have this one here, the Blue Book of Fairy Tales. This is one that I had when I was a kid. And same sort of thing, they're a little bit fraying, pulling up, that kind of thing. So I could definitely add... Oh, and it makes it look like an old book. You know how some of those Disney movies started with a book that you open? That actually kind of reminds me of the book covers. That is really cool. Okay, I think I'm actually going to do that. I'll add those to those ones, like I have with the Cinderella. Very, very pretty. Actually, it's a similar design, but different again. So it just depends what designs you have. They're all really lovely. I really like book corners. But anyway, back to this one. I'm not sure. I kind of like the small one there. That fits nicely. Or this size here. And then we've got, I'm not sure if this one might be too small. See, this is a very, very, very small corner, very thin, so I don't think this is going to fit. This one would be for a very thin cover, and it's the thinner covers you'd want book corners anyway, because you just want to protect that edge. So I've got some very small ones here. I actually think I like this one better. But now that I'm here, what I'm thinking is I don't actually think it fits. I think I just like this as is, because the florals are just so beautiful as they are. I feel like I don't need anything else. I mean, it does give it an extra polished look, of course. But this is just going to be an art journal. It's, for playing and experimenting. I think I'm just going to leave this like that, the way I left my other art journal. So I think I'm going to keep it like that. And then, all right, for this tutorial, new plan, let's add it to this. But yeah, that's just a look at how like the different sizes can work for different covers. But I want to go ahead and add them to... Yeah, let's do the Sleeping Beauty journal, because I've already deconstructed it anyway. All right. New plan, on the fly. What I do, first of all, let's get them all out. Just make sure we do have 4. Yes, okay. What I do, I actually put some glue in there. So I'm just using some clear craft glue. And all I want to do is, I'm going to practice with the back cover first. I'm going to slide that on there, and what I want to do, I also have some of these pliers back from my jewelry making days. So all I want to do, I can use my fingers and just press that down, but I want to just really, really make sure that is stuck. So you can't just, pull it off. So the glue is going to hold that in place, and I'm going to crimp it. Not too hard, don't want to like dent it. Although if you do, it can give it a bit of a rustic look. And then just put that on there. And then I'm going to grab my glue, and it is a bit hard to work with at the moment because we're getting to the end of the bottle and it is squirting out at the end all the time. All right, so I'm just going to push that into the corner. And yeah, this is probably the perfect book actually to do a demonstration of, because this one would definitely benefit from book corners. Like, my art journal didn't really need book corners. But this one, it has the fraying edges and all that kind of thing. So this is perfect for book corners. So then I'm just going to again apply some glue in there. And I do have a tissue and I just kind of wipe out the excess because I don't want it like runny. But great thing about this glue is you have a bit of leeway to position it where you want and to wipe it away if too much gets on there. So that's my little tip for adding book corners, is glue and pliers. Of course, there's probably a whole bunch of other ways to do it as well, and just find what works for you and find you know the way that works for you with what materials you have. Okay, final corner here. Beautiful. And you just want to, like, you know, wedge it, push it as close to the edge as you can. And there we go. We have some lovely book corners, which just gives that journal cover an extra polished look. Love it. And I'll probably put another eyelet here as well to make a closure. And then it just looks really, really finished. You know, you've got the lovely book corners, you have a closure with a metal eyelet. I'll create my own spine. If you're wondering, I do have a tutorial on how I make my spines for the covers. I basically just cut a strip of chipboard and then cover it with fabric over the edge here and create that hinge. So I believe I have a tutorial showing how I make the covers and the journals already on my channel. And I'll probably, I've been planning to do a series, a start to finish series for my beautiful patrons, showing how I make a little golden book. So maybe you'll see that for one of these, because I always do a tutorial first on my channel, and then every month I do a series showing how I make a journal from start to finish. And I try and do as many different types as possible. So we've done paper bag journals, envelope journals, book cover journals, and I haven't done a little golden book journal yet. So that one will be an upcoming process video for my Patreon. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and showing you different types of book corners. Really lovely. And I like having a stash here ready to go. Check out Globleland in the description box below. I've linked their website along with a link to the book corners and a discount code you can use, because they have all sorts of things, not just book corners, but stamps and stencils and all sorts of fabric and ribbon and lace, all types of things. So lots of fun and goodies there. Alright guys, hope you are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them down there in the comments. And I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons supporting me in February. I really hope you absolutely love it there. If you would like to become a patron, the link is down below in the description box, and my Patreon is where you get access to the start to finish journal making series each month, sneak peeks and first access to all of my creations, and depending on your tier level, printable kits, every single printable kit from my Etsy plus a new one each month. There are mail tiers and community tiers and all sorts of things. Check the description box down below also for links to my courses, for my journaling courses and creative courses, places to find me, and ways to contact me if you ever have any questions or video requests.